since it's flagged on a blacklist. Algorithms preach like precinct code, telling you what you can't be shown. Scroll down, bleed out, the dopamine tax. Sweet release, you need a pass for that. Every fantasy's been flagged and sold. Even silence has a streaming code. Breathe deep, wait not without a plan. Upgrade your soul to be less human. You need a subscription to relax. Sign in, lie back, sell your past. Heaven's locked behind a platinum tier. Even dreams unleashed this year. No touch, no thought, no sin, no shame. The firewall knows your name. Pay to sleep, pay to scream. Even nightmares need a fee. The corrupt danced in the filth with grace. Now even rain gets censored on your face. What's too pure becomes too raw. Sanitize until there's nothing at all. Input locked, freedom's on a delay. Parental controls for the human brain. Your lullaby comes with ads inside. Smile for the scan or be denied. Every fantasy's been flagged and sold. Even silence has a streaming code. Breathe deep, wait not without a plan. Upgrade your soul to be less human. You need a subscription to relax. Sign in, lie back, sell your past. Heaven's locked behind a platinum tier. Even dreams unleashed this year. No touch, no thought, no sin, no shame. The firewall knows your name. Pay to sleep, pay to scream. Even nightmares need a fee. No escape unless it's branded. Truth reskin, terms updated. Want the stars, that's premium tier. Blackout bliss, monthly per year. This content has been restricted due to policy violations. Please upgrade your plan to view. A chance to escape, not included. You need a subscription to relax. Fantasy in a contract trap. Censored flesh, filtered pain. Even numbness rides a chain. Click to cry, tap to feel. Reality comes with a seal. Pay to drift, pay to fade. Even death, pay to play.
Sleep buffering. Dream denied. One Piece. Subscribe.
my veins, spilling facts is my quest. I'm breaking the mold, no mainstream appeal. Just a kid with a dream and a heart made of steel. I sift through the data, the left and the right. No bias, no agenda, just seeking the light. They laugh at my setup, my low-res dream, but my words cut deeper than the corporate screen. I guess I'm too raw, too rough, too plain, but I'm spitting my heart, not chasing some game. No corporate leash, no puppet on strings. I'm free in my words, hear the truth that I bring. No big channel shine, no glitter, no fakes. Minimal effort, just me and my takes. I'm speaking the truth, let the whole world know. Small time streamer, but that's how I roll. Do my words hit hard, give the system the chills. Minimal effort, no budget, no frills. I'm carving my path, let the fire erupt. Small time dreamer with a voice that's enough. Love the spark in the dark, the glitch in the code. Carving my lane on this uncharted road. Million subs, no viral fame, but I'm owning the truth and I'm changing the game. I'll scream till my lungs give out, till the signal's dead. Every word that I speak is the blood that I bled. No big channel shine, no glitter, no fakes. Minimal effort, just me and my takes. I'm speaking the truth, let the whole world know. Small time streamer, but that's how I roll. Do my words hit hard, give the system the chills. Minimal effort, no budget, no frills. I'm carving my path, let the fire erupt. Small time dreamer with a voice that's enough.
Dude, I think fashionably late only applies if you're actually late to something. No, I'm saying like, dude, honestly, I was debating whether or not I wanted to try to do like a video before the stream started and maybe like bump the stream off by a few minutes or something, but honestly, I'll get a video recorded tomorrow. Dude, I am so tired. Like I tried. I put on YouTube earlier on the community section. I'm going to get caffeinated as much as I possibly can get. But I am exhausted. I did not sleep at all last night. So we're in the middle of our last little heat wave in Washington. And most of our apartments and houses here have no air conditioning, right? So I didn't sleep at all last night. I was sweating, miserable, couldn't stay asleep. It was exhausting. Had to go to work today. No air conditioning at work either. I'm alive. That's about the best I can say at this point, you know? I've had 2 cups of coffee, had an energy drink at work, and a cup of iced tea when I got home. Lots of sugar. So far, it's not helping. But you know what? I'm still here. Yeah, DB, honestly, I didn't know if you were going to be here at the start of the stream or not. But I'm like, you know what? I should just play some of your music on your YouTube channel instead of the Streamlabs crap, which, to be honest, it's supposed to be like DMCA free and all that. And that shit gets hit with copyright stuff every time I stream. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But hey, guys, it's Monday. I went to the beach this weekend. That was exhausting, kind of fun, kind of miserable. I'm glad I did it before summer is officially over, because before you know it, it's going to be time for, rain and all that good shit. TMNT. There ain't going to be no TMNT. Not tonight, anyways. Even if I was going to do a game, which I'm not going to, but even if I was going to, still no TMNT. Muggy as hell here too, pushing near 90s with humidity index near 25 to 30%. Yeah, the humidity here is muggy, but probably not. It's not. We're not like Midwest Tennessee kind of muggy. It's just we have the opposite of Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington, it's all like, oh, it's a dry heat. It's like, oh no, Western side of the state, it's sticky. Oh, you'll never throw a strike my way. That's good. I figure as long as I gave you credit, you wouldn't mind too much. So, there's a lot to go over tonight. I'm hoping my caffeine kicks in before we get started because I am beat all to hell. But I kind of figure we could go over some of the fun stuff, some weird random shit. I don't want to talk about the whole WNBA thing. I know the whole green dildo thing on the court is funny. But last thing I want to do is message clear. I'll see if Asmon's streaming. Piss off. Last thing I want to do is be responsible for more green dildos flopping around on a WNBA court. As funny as it is, I think I'm just probably not going to talk about it. Buddy of mine lives in central western Washington. He gripes about the heat there too. It's because we don't have any air conditioning, man. There's only like 1 or 2 times a year where you would actually need air conditioning in Washington State. Unless you're in like the eastern side of the state. If you're in the eastern side of the state, it gets pretty damn hot. Over here on the western side, we don't get that much snow. We don't get that much sun. It's really just a couple months out of the year. It gets pretty warm, and then it rains like 6 months out of the year. You know? That's just kind of the way it goes. Yeah, so before we talk about the other, like the main topics tonight, I've been seeing all this shit about this alien spacecraft that's supposed to be headed towards Earth to destroy everything. I don't know what the hell, like why people are even... I feel like there's people who are freaking out about this like in the news, and then nobody else even cares. I feel like nobody is even really talking about it, so it's kind of like we all accept the fact that it's either going to be an alien spacecraft that's going to come wipe us all out, and there's not shit we can do about it, or it's just a rock, you know? But apparently there's a Manhattan-sized interstellar object that could be an alien probe here to destroy us, according to a Harvard scientist. Asman is also not streaming TMNT. Coincidence? To be honest, dude, he starts streaming at like 11 o'clock in the morning my time. I'm surprised he streams this late. Like, I don't know what state he's in. Wait, is he even on? I know he was talking about with his dad having cancer and shit. He's probably going to have to take a break for a while. Yeah, he's not even live as far as I know. I really don't think people are chucking the green toys. I think they're falling out. Okay, wait. Falling out of the crowd or falling out of the WNBA players? Okay, so without being gross about it, maybe they just have them tucked in their pants. Okay, so, you know, there is that whole thing with, what's his or her or that creature's name? Brittany Grenier. Where I don't know if you've seen Brittany Grenier, the WNBA player that was arrested in Russia, without her /his/its shirt on. It's a dude from like the waist up. It's a guy. Yeah, I know the damn answer. So makes me start to wonder. First off, why nobody even talks about that, and secondly, how many other WNBA players aren't really the W part. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many of them are just dudes who couldn't cut it in the NBA? And because the WNBA is hurting so bad for viewership, for money, it doesn't make any money at all. Yeah, Billy Grenier, exactly. Dude, have you seen the freaking photos? There's like a video of Brittany Grenier at a pool or something, just wearing like board shorts, no shirt on, walking around like totally normal, like a dude. Looks like a guy, no chest scars or any of that kind of crap, just a dude. I don't know. I just find it funny that nobody's allowed to say anything out loud. So apparently a Harvard physicist has asserted that new images of an interstellar object rocketing through our inner solar system back his claim that it's not a comet, but instead possibly an alien probe that may destroy us. Oh, goody. It looks pretty big. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea, like... You can see on the map here, I guess it's on this trajectory where they're saying that when it passes by the sun, we're gonna be on the opposite side of the sun, so it's gonna, like, miss us, but I don't know. That's the man baby? Yeah, pretty much. Macron or Grenier more feminine? Well, certainly not Macron's wife, although I'm not going to go make the claim that Candace Owens did about Macron's wife being a dude. I can say that it's an ugly um, woman, certainly very, very manly, very masculine, very frightening looking, but I'm not going to go out there and say that Macron's married to a dude. I'm not going to do that. Then, of course, we've got the Vikings. Oh, guys, you guys got to see this shit. This is the worst thing ever. Now, I don't even care that much about sports anymore other than baseball. Like football for me, I can take it or leave it. I don't care. Apparently, the Vikings have new members of their cheerleaders, I guess. I think this is real. I don't know. Like, this is something I would have thought Seattle would do. Like, what the hell is this? And it gets better, too, because that's not the same guy even. I think there's another guy in this other video. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. NFL Minnesota Vikings cheerleader squad has a different look this season. Check this shit out. What is it doing to that poor sheep? I swear to God. Okay, this is like talk about not knowing your audience, right? Talk about not knowing your own customer base, your own fan base. Like, what the hell is this, man? At least in college, when they have like the male cheerleaders, their job is to be there, stand there, look big and buff, and throw the girls around. That's it. Not the most masculine thing you can be doing, obviously, but still better than this crap. Reminds me of that Navy drag thing a couple of years ago. Navy drag thing. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about what that was. Ever since Dylan Mulvaney became a thing, and then everything started being trans and drag, I've kind of blocked a lot of it out of my mind. Once you've seen so much of it over the course of time, it all starts to like blur together. What else have we got? Speaking of gay and trans, we got Tati Gabrielle, the lead character from Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Let's hear what she has to say. Let me get this turned up.
Yeah, I was, to be honest. It's sad to see that, video games, I think even more than TV and film, you have so much more world to play with the imagination, and we can demonstrate what the world can be in ways and worlds that we would never dream of. And so to know that there was so much hatred.
Why does she have hair here? She's bald in everything she's in. They couldn't put hair on her for the Mortal Kombat movie. They couldn't put hair on her in Intergalactic. I'm pretty sure she was bald in the crap, what was that movie that she was in? What's up, Tucker? Don't yell at your sister. She's hot. Leave her alone. Tucker. Ivy, kick him. He wandered in here like, sister, wake up. Come on, Ivy, get him off you. She's just gonna lick him to death. Are you freaking kidding me? Tucker. She doesn't want you, man. Take a hint. My love is stronger than a restriction order directed at all my fellow single chuds. Wow. My cousin was a male cheerleader in college, and he told me a story about practicing a lift with a cheer coach, and when he gripped her cheek. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh no, he's so the thing is the cats are fixed. Neither one of them can procreate. But he still gets that wild hair up his ass once in a while, where he thinks he's going to do something. Since YouTube made my previous comment, I'll quickly reshare it. I have a new merch idea. My love is stronger. You already said that. I mean, I saw that. Oh, is a U.S. Navy drag queen TikTok influencer. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Mouthful of shit I don't want. Hey, Geekazu. It's warm, man. It's warm. I didn't sleep last night. I'm tired. I am beyond as caffeinated as I can be, and it's still not waking the brain up. It's still pretty rough.
And so much backlash. It was hurtful, but at the same time, it was empowering for me.
So the bald chick, the woman who is an activist, who can't seem to not shave her head in everything she's in, is surprised that the internet was mean to her or her character or her appearance in the trailer for Intergalactic because we're sick and tired of seeing bald bitches and everything, basically. Hey, Dor. 88 degrees? That's pretty warm. You work in a few hours, so you're up. I want to be asleep in a couple hours because holy shit, like last night I think I fell asleep finally around 1 o'clock in the morning, and we try to not have our window open at night because it's noisy as hell over here, and yet had to leave the window open because not enough, it's too warm. And I think I woke up 3 times between 1 and 7. It was brutal, man. Like absolutely miserable.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not.
Dude, NS, man, I'm not awake enough yet, dude. You gotta hold on.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked.
Oh,
I
man.
have to be liked.
NS with the 5 gifted, dude. Man, you are too freaking awesome. Up to 94 earlier in the afternoon. Yeah, it's like 9. Well, it's in the 80s right now here. Have to go that your beauty captivates me even from a court ordered 500 feet away. Yeah, you two get along too well. 31 Celsius here, and I snapped a spoke on my bike today. Oof. My dude, that's no fun. That's 31 Celsius. God, what is that in Fahrenheit? It's not. That's brutal. DMR, reach out and touch someone. Oh my god. Don't leave the window open when it rains. No, it's not raining. It's hot as hell, man. It's complete. I wish it would rain right now. We're supposed to have rain in a couple days. It's supposed to cool off pretty soon here, but no, it's hot. Yeah, no, Geek. I need. That's part of us. Our plan to get moved in the next month or two is I need to move somewhere that has air conditioning because this apartment we've been in this apartment for 10 years, no air conditioning. Freaking baseboard heating, so you can't really have any furniture up against the wall. It's super annoying. So, NS, thank you again, buddy. It's not that I'm not appreciative. I'm just so freaking tired, man. Like I said, I might be awake in an hour. We'll see. We'll see if the caffeine finally kicks in.
Me to be able to go, okay, well, this is where the world's at. And I think in order to change the world, you have to meet it where it's at. And 2, to go 10 times harder than what it is that I'm doing. I don't, like I said, Marianne taught me how to not back down for anyone, in anything. So in that way, yeah, no, I took the hurt, I swallowed it, and I turned it into fire.
This doesn't even make any sense to me. Like she's saying, meet the world where it's at. Okay, the world is sick and tired of bald, angry, lesbian-looking boss bitches. But you're saying I'm going to go back harder at you guys. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, Dora, I'm in Washington. So, yeah, northwest. So, it doesn't get, like I said earlier, we only need air conditioning here like maybe 1 or 2 total weeks out of the year. The rest of the year, it's fine. But it's just miserable. Yeah, about 100 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's insane.
So yeah, and I feel like those same people that we're hating are gonna play that game, and guess what? They're gonna love it.
No, we're not. I'm not playing that game. I didn't play Last of Us. I don't really care about the PlayStation or Xbox exclusive games. If it's a game I want to play, I'll play it. But no, I didn't play Last of Us. I didn't play Last of Us 2. I'm not going to play anything Neil Druckmann's attached to. The world tells everyone to call her queen every 5 minutes. Yeah, pretty much. I love it.
So they can be mad.
So they can be mad. Yeah. Here's the thing. And I kind of feel this way with, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the whole Mutahar fake engineer thing, where, people have been questioning, just like Pirate Software's developing skills and everything else, people were questioning Mutahar from some ordinary gamers. Calling himself an engineer and talking about his history and like cybersecurity and tech and all that kind of stuff, even though a lot of it was bullshit. And his apology was basically, sorry that I didn't, clarify my engineering background. And if you're still mad at me, basically F off. Well, here's the thing. I understand people's perspective that you can never make the internet happy and people are going to be mad regardless. But I feel like if you don't even try to offer like a genuine apology or genuinely meet people in the middle, meet them where they are, and then you tell them to F off, it's like, no, you just don't get it. All the good people left Naughty Dog? Yeah. Oh, hey, the camera zoomed in. Holy shit. Back up. This damn thing's got this zoom ability. Yeah, Quill, that's kind of where I'm at with my games too. But unfortunately, there's always something new. Oh, you want to see the white hair in the beard? No, man, so it's got this like hand motion zoom tracking shit it does. If I didn't disable all this stuff, it would follow me around the room. It's super creepy. So I've still got like a week or two to return this and get a different webcam. I'm still debating. I'm still trying to decide if I want to keep it or get a different one. Within 5 minutes, like 2 years ago, I could tell Mutahar and Pyro were full of shit and didn't give them more than 5 minutes. Now they're getting flamed. Yeah, I mean, some people kind of figured it out early on, but for others, it takes a while. And I still go back to the fact that, I don't hate Mutahar. Like, he's not as unbearable, in my opinion, as somebody like Pirate Software. I just question a lot of the things that okay, for example, Carl Jobst, who got sued into oblivion by Billy Mitchell for defaming him, did a investigative piece on Gerard the Completionist with Mutahar. Now that brings into question how much of their investigation was bullshit. Same thing with that Mama Max guy, who I guess was like, I don't know, like a creepy weirdo cult leader. I can't remember what that whole Mama Max story was about, but some guy he used like emotional manipulation or some shit. And Mutahar and Carl Jobst did an investigation into him. That brings into question, like, how much of that was legitimate? How much of that was bullshit? Can my camera do a barrel roll? Only if I throw it off the balcony. No, yeah, Quill Pig, there are a lot of games in AAA and in the mainstream right now that are just flat out not worth the money. So I think going back and playing old games is a smarter way to go. The Insta360? No, it's the OBS bot. OBS bot Tiny Light 2 or something. It's all right. It's not the best camera, so what's up with all these chocolatey chicks who often rant about being proud of their heritage and culture, doing the whole blonde hair coloring, super proud. Quill, I have not played the original. I need to get the remaster and play that. I freaking loved Dark Souls 3. And no, I wasn't the best at it either. But I played it. I finished it. I didn't do the DLC though. But Dark Souls 3, hands down, one of the best games ever. But yeah, of course, Vera pointing out them. How can people dislike me so much? Also them. The shit that Tati Gabrielle posted right after all this controversy. It's like, yeah, you guys don't want to be liked. You guys are trying your hardest to piss people off. Cough, cough, Dustborn. Yeah. Oh my God, Dustborn. That was about a year and a half ago, right? Dude, I've seen stuff about Anna Valens, aka Anal Violence, and Kirsche. Yeah, apparently less than a day after getting a sponsor, Anna Valens was dropped by them. You know what? I've got the bookmark. I bookmarked it for some weird reason. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hang on a second. Let me see. Oh, Quill, I wouldn't be playing it on Switch anyways. The only games I buy on Switch are games my kids are going to play. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is what you're talking about. All right. Let me see if I can find the actual people that dropped this dude. Hang on. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Got it. All right. So Anna Valens, the journalist, I guess you would call this person, the gender confused man, tried to get Kersha and a bunch of other streamers and VTubers canceled from like GamerSups and all their other sponsors a while back because they were alt-right bigots and everything else, right? So there's been a lot of updates to this. It's been pretty funny to watch. Even if I haven't covered it on the channel, I'm still watching it on Twitter because it's all just kind of unfolding and it's fantastic. That's what they call this dude, okay? Don't need that ruining my coffee. Hey, Mahendra. Played like 2 hours of Battlefield 6 and it was stellar. After that, I couldn't queue in. Door, I streamed it on Saturday night, and after 45 minutes of playing it, it caused my entire stream to crap out. It caused a driver error with my graphics card, and it shouldn't be any problem with my computer. 9060 XT, plenty of RAM. So I don't know what the hell the problem is. I went the next night, and I played it for a couple hours last night. And my biggest issue with Battlefield 6 comes down to what we're going to cover with a lot of what's been going on with the hacking and cheating and all that. Karma comes to call, yeah. No, I think Battlefield 6 is going to be really good. It just depends on if it's a game that you're going to play much and if it's worth buying. So this guy here says how it started versus how it's going. Anna Valens saying, very proud to announce I'm now an official affiliate partner with Waifu Wears UK. And again, backstory, Anna's a dude who thinks he's a woman who also is a VTuber. Okay, so he covers VTuber related stuff. Use code Anna Valens for 15% off. How can they not know who this person is? That's what I want to know. Very excited to work with such an amazing brand. Expect more in the months to come. Then from Waifu Wears UK, well, like a day later, we'd like to clarify that we are not affiliated with Anna Valens, and we're unaware of any past events or situations they may have been involved in. I like to put they instead of he or she. They're trying to sidestep that. When reviewing potential participants, we base our checks on recent activity and profiles rather than conducting an extensive deep dive into historical matters. We apologize for any confusion or concern this may have caused, and thank you for understanding. The funniest thing, though, it's like this is not like you don't have to go on a deep dive to know anything about this person. This is all recent history. If you spend any amount of time online, this is all waifu whores. I don't know anything about waifu wares. I have no idea what it is. I assume it's, anime related stuff, merchandise and all that, possibly. Who knows? Oh no, you sent me a banger on Discord. Oh, that is pretty funny. I got obliterated in Battlefield 6. I'm not surprised there's a cheating issue. Look, I can accept that there are going to be people in games like Call of Duty and Battlefield and Insurgency and all the other shooters I've played that are going to be better than me, that are going to be sweatier than me, who are going to have no life, and that's all they're going to play. And so they're going to do everything where they're doing their aim practice, 5 hours a day so they can be the sweatiest, most amazing Call of Duty player or whatever player of all time. I get it. There are those people. That's how they are. But it seemed a little ridiculous. Like the amount, like how quickly I was dying was pretty unreal, right? The reason why they have all the secure boot and kernel level drivers was to stop all the cheats. Yeah, I had to put my computer into secure boot mode just to get the game to play. Anime stickers, drinkware, and mouse pads. Oh, okay. Interesting. No, not a picture of a sausage. So, the Battlefield 6 open beta had a peak of 521,000 people, which honestly is pretty staggering. Like, it was pretty impressive. And I think, Dora, you mentioned you were having issues with queue times trying to get in. I actually didn't have that problem. So, Saturday night when my stream crashed after less than an hour, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to restart the computer, see if I can get back into the game. It said I was like number 10,800 in the queue, and then within 2 minutes, I was right back into a match. So it wasn't actually that long of a queue for me to get in. Although it said 10,000 players, I was in within a few minutes, right? Valens wasn't bullied nearly enough? No, pretty much. And so as far as like getting into a match, I never had problems with the match time and all that. The issue I had was the time like between deaths, right? And that kind of goes with the cheating. So from Insider Gaming, it says Battlefield 6 devs are looking into the unexpectedly fast time to death. This is something that I didn't expect. Like how quickly you die in this game. I'm talking I would spawn in and drop dead pretty much instantly, right? Oh, statistically, yeah. Yeah. Time is not on Anna Valen's side, unfortunately. After work, I'll play COD against bots and whoop them instead of getting my teeth kicked in by some cheating 12-year-old. Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. I get it, man. I 100% understand that. Like, I will still play games where I know I'm going to get destroyed, and I just kind of suck it up and say, you know what, they're either cheating, or they have no life, or they're younger than I am, and they have more time. And it is what it is. But there are times where the game itself becomes completely unenjoyable because you know that you're just going to get your ass destroyed the minute you step into a match. The latest cheat is a DMA card. It sits in the user's PC, and a worker PC with hacks reads the DMA information. Then it's relays or overlays the data on the monitor. It's something with like 2 computers I was seeing, right? Like you need 2 PCs to make it work. A lot of videos of D-bags and Battlefield 6 using those aim trainers. That's definitely cheating, yeah. Well, we've got video footage we're going to go over, guys. It says many players shared video examples, others shared their experiences. One player posted videos of 2 such instances, one where they were fighting undercover and were shot down instantly, and another where they took delayed damage after downing an enemy. I was having a problem where I spawned in, instantly took damage, tried to heal myself, and I couldn't actually heal. Like, it just would not actually... Like, I was using the stim as the assault class, and it wouldn't heal me. So, very strange. For those unaware, time to death refers to the duration it takes for the player to die after taking damage. No shit. In other news, check out their impressions, yada, 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 yada. So, again, I think part of this goes back to the prevalent amount of hacking that we've seen. Now, of course, I'm better than Asmongold. I'll say that right now, based on what I'm seeing here. As bad as I was at this game, I was not this bad. This is embarrassing. I've had bad moments. I've had really bad moments in games. I don't think I've ever missed 6 consecutive shots from that range with a shotgun. So maybe the game is just not for everybody, right? But then you have shit like this. And you have guys saying, this is why Battlefield community is afraid of Call of Duty players. And this is like a 2-minute clip. And this is the shit that I'm talking about where, hacking or not, I'm never going to be able to keep up with these people. These are those people that are either trying to be like esports pros, or they have way more time on their hands. They don't have kids. I mean, who knows? Maybe they're streamers, right? Hey, Quill, I can tell you right now, I got destroyed really fast because I couldn't even see the enemies before they were killing me. I didn't do any of that shit. That was unreal. Like, I'm sorry. That I don't know. I know that Asmongold is a big World of Warcraft streamer, but that was terrible. Hey, Lugia. So again, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Whether it's hacking or cheating or just somebody who's just really good at this, somebody who just has, more time on their hands than I do to get better at it. I'm not going to be the person that tries to pretend, oh, they're too good. That's got to be hacking. It's got to be cheating, right? But there's more egregious examples of it that we're going to look at in a minute here. What kills me, though, is watching people play games like this where it looks like the gun doesn't even have recoil. I've played the game. The guns aren't crazy amount of recoil. They're not as bad as Apex Legends. But it's there. The recoil exists, right? These DMA cards aren't cheap. And the second PC, why I think people just like to watch the world burn. There are people like that. See, at least this guy, it's not snapping right to the enemies. It's more that he's got insane control over the recoil patterns, which again, that's just a lot of times is time and practice, right? Never misses. No, I mean, this guy's missed a few, but there are people that are legitimately this good without cheating. Oh, he knows he's not good? Okay. And see, hitting those shots from that far, that's just crazy. My experience was I would get, because yeah, it takes about 4 or 5 good, like, solid body hits on a guy to take him down. I would get, like, the white hit markers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm dead. So clearly they were taking me out with headshots. But yeah, like this is not anything where I'm going to ever get to this level, nor would I want to. I don't love Battlefield that much. I thought the beta was pretty fun. I might buy the game down the road. Who knows? But Battlefield 6 anti-cheat 3 days ago had apparently already stopped 330,000 attempts to cheat in the open beta, and says players are still calling out wall hackers who slipped through the net. Now, again, 330,000 is insane. I don't understand how a beta that had a peak of 500,000 players had 330,000 attempts at hacking. This is why I really play multiplayer PvP shooters. It depends on the game, man. So, look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am basically, like, I'm set in my ways. I have 3 or 4 games that I play on rotation. Insurgency Sandstorm is probably my favorite shooter, right? I was gifted it by the guy who helped me figure out how to put my PC together 5.5 years ago. It was my first-person shooter on PC that I learned how to play. I really enjoy the game. And when I was playing with him, we were doing mostly like the PvE servers with like the super hard enemies, but you're still playing against bots. Well, after I started playing the game by myself, I got more into PvP. And there are plenty of nights where I get completely destroyed, where my team gets destroyed, where I can't hit shit, right? I still enjoy it for what it is. I accept that there are going to be nights where I'm just off my game and there's somebody else who's way too good and has way too much time on their hands. But I can accept that. I can deal with that. 330,000 attempts at hacking, though, at cheating, is unreal. Like, that is insane. I don't understand it. The game isn't even out yet. This is an open beta. Why are you so terrible at life that your first goal is, I'm going to try to hack. I'm going to try to heat, you know? Sandstorm. Insurgency Sandstorm. I think that's the last one they made. Oh, yeah, the neighbors are out on their electric bicycles. Medal of Honor was fun. I played Medal of Honor 1 and 2 on my GameCube back in the day. 2, Rising Sun, I was not a fan of, but I really liked Medal of Honor 1. I'm not sure how well it aged, to be honest, though. There was a person who found a bug and he just sat and sniped. Yeah, there are those people too. So this has kind of turned into this gigantic bit of drama over this person, Riley. Look for a YouTuber called Call of Shame. I'll have to look that up. This person, Riley, who is a dude who calls himself a cat girl, has his cat girl avatar. Okay. This has kicked off a lot of controversy. This tweet right now, well, let me refresh it. This tweet has got 44 million impressions right now. Okay? So here's why. Just watch some of the game.
Did follow me in Delta Force era. That was so long ago. Oh my god, what the fuck? That was nuts! Wow.
So this clip right here, I'm going to go back to this right around 13 seconds. Pay attention to this because this is what got this person in trouble. Right here. So I've gone over and looked at this 1,000 times. And the thing about Battlefield 6 and a lot of other games, if one of your other teammates spots an enemy, it puts a little marker above their head, right? So I was thinking to myself, maybe he saw the marker and then turned and shot the rock because out of the corner of his eye, he knew the enemy was there and the marker was there, but then he didn't realize that the rock was between the enemy and him. But the marker is not there. Nobody had marked the person, so he straight up shot the rock. Why am I talking in the bathroom? I'm not in the bathroom. What are you talking about? Looking down on an FPS player since I was 12 playing isometric RPGs. I still am. So yeah, just watch it right here.
That was nuts!
Marker appears after he sees it. This is one of the aim trainer vids. Yeah, I don't mind players hacking their game as long as it's a single game, not multiplayer. Again, hacking, modding, cheating, whatever you want to call it. If it's your game and you're playing by yourself and it's not echoing, what? Still echoing? Well, if it's echoing, hang on a second. Part of what you might be hearing is because I've got a fan going, which might be having an effect on it. Classic Battlefield gameplay, great. My boys and I were always top of the leaderboards. Yeah, I think the gameplay is good. Like I said, me being bad at it, I have no problem with that there. It's like, I can accept that. No reason it should be echoing, guys. Echo, echo, echo. Hang on a second. Let me check something. No, I don't have a tab open anywhere else. So I don't know why it'd be echoing. Well, to be fair, I mean, after my stream, was it doing that when I was playing the game, guys, on Saturday? Hang on, Burner, did you send me something? Oh, yeah. That's from Nyara. Interesting. Yeah, that's the person that was defending Anna Valance. Of course they have to inject themselves into that. Definitely sounds hollow. Play Battlefield 3 and 4 for the teamwork. Some nights were so bad. Dude, okay, one thing I noticed about the Battlefield 6 open beta, nobody will freaking revive you. Like, you get that one person, and mind you, you don't have to be the support character to revive anybody. But I could not get anybody to pick my ass up. I'd be sitting there marking enemies as I was down, like, waiting for somebody to come revive me. Nothing. And see, the argument that people were making is because it's not instant headshots, it's not aimbot. That's what everyone's saying. It's like, oh, well, he's not actually getting headshots, and he's missing some shots here and there, so it can't be aimbot. I don't know. I mean, to snap that fast right onto an enemy, locked right onto, I mean, those two guys right there. I don't know, guys. Again, if I got killed by this person, I probably wouldn't blame it on cheating because I would just go, they're better than I am. But when you watch it from their perspective, and the question you ask yourself is there something going on behind the scenes, right? And so a lot of people have been accusing this person of cheating. It's aimbot and he toggled it off. Could be. I know that a lot of people might do that because they don't want to get caught, and so they'll toggle it on and off, right? He sets his aim trainer to be body shots to not look like he's cheating. Oh, see, I didn't realize it had the most that level of where you could adjust it like that. That's interesting. You got this guy saying, "I don't even care if this guy's cheating. I just want to stop seeing this effing clip." This person here actually slowed it down, so this one might be interesting to see. Although it's super zoomed out. Like, come on, man, really? You couldn't upload it like? I mean, that is kind of weird because he turns and shoots at a rock once or twice. And you could go, maybe he was just shooting left, thinking there might be an enemy that pops up around the corner. And then he goes around the rock and the enemy is right there on the other side of where his line of sight would have been. The level is super high with aimbots. Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's customizable or whatever. That makes sense. So, okay, then you got the people here defending it, this person saying it takes like 5 seconds of watching to notice the over/under flicking into micro adjustments and realize it's not cheating. LMAO, the comments and quote retweets are so brain dead. The cheater always needs the butt buddy for counter arguments. You can quite literally see him aim at a person behind a rock. Their defense is that he flicked towards a flag owned by the enemy. The guy they keep calling this person a she. That's the weirdest part. Yo, Moxie! Hey, how was your stream? Hopefully everything went well for you. Sorry, I'm like half asleep, so I might not have noticed when you jumped in here. Hey, Granola. Hey, welcome back, Pulse. Delta Force has a huge issue with cheats. Oh my god, Joe, I haven't even thought about getting into Delta Force. Okay, so Delta Force, you guys want a fun one? This Battlefield 6 beta opened up. And it was early access people for 2 days only, and then the rest of us plebs for 2 days. So 4 days total that we could have the open beta, right? The crazy part about that is during the entire 4-day period, Delta Force didn't lose any players on Steam, which is crazy, right? Hey, Anime, how's it going, dude? With that rock, it's a total giveaway. Zeus runs into cheaters all the time, and when you watch it enough, you can spot it pretty easy. But see, that's what I'm trying to say, though. Is like, I'm not the kind of person that... There are people who blame everything in life on hackers and cheaters and everything else. I'm aware of my limitations in some games. Like, I can accept that there are going to be people, 90% of the time when I play PvP games, that are going to kick my ass. So that's one of those things that I can just... Like, I'm okay with it. I've made peace with that. But unfortunately, when you look at these things for yourself, you go, you really want to look at this and say, this doesn't seem right. It seems sus, right? People are saying that they're just flicking fast. What's the aim training that makes you lock onto enemies from behind walls? That was some wild over flicking on second 13. You got an early key from Drewdog but gave it to another viewer? Oh, really? Damn, man. Anime, I am exhausted. I'm hanging in there, though. I am on no sleep right now. Spent the weekend at the beach and trying to, like, recover last night. But, yeah, it's hot as hell here and no air conditioning. So, of course, the funniest part was this Riley person's response was Twitch usually only bans people who are actually cheating, and then they banned him. So... Again, this goes back to, was it mass reporting by people who are just hating this person because they're this weirdo cat boy, cat girl, whatever the hell they want to call themselves? Is it because they were legitimately hacking? Is it just like a hate mob that doesn't like how good this person is? I don't know. From Dexerto, it says, viral Battlefield 6 VTuber banned on Twitch amid cheating accusations. I mean, you guys know the rest. We've already talked about this. That 13-second mark is definitely what was probably the most damning, I would say. Yo, Cage, Hook. Hey, buddies. So then you got other people defending him, and it's always the same looking people. It's either like trans pronouns, all that kind of stuff in the bio, anime, avatars. Bro, the comment section on this tweet just wiped out the last shred of hope I had for humanity. Why do people who have never practiced aiming or played FPS games on keyboard and mouse at a high skill level feel the need to share clueless opinions on something they clearly don't understand? Again, it's always like this weirdo elitist standpoint that they have. Yeah, it's honestly, dude, it's only gonna be hot here for like another day or two. Then you got this other goth girl person who I highly doubt is a goth girl, if we're being honest about this shit, saying, I'm curious if Twitter thinks I'm cheating too. I mean, it's possible, right? What's wrong with an anime avatar? Nothing, but unfortunately, it's kind of like blue hair or a nose ring on a chick. There can be normal ones, but it's a red flag. I don't know, man. Even like this doesn't feel as bad as that other clip. If he could play like that in a LAN tournament, he would literally be top 10 in the world, but he can't. That's why he's a catboy staying at home cheating. David, you might have a point there. You very well might have a point. Epic Mike says in the first couple seconds you flick and lock onto a dude behind a wall. Of course you're cheating and it's really effing mental that you keep trying to defend yourself. I didn't even see that on this one. Hang on a second. It said in the first couple seconds. Yo, wait. Yeah. Oh my god. Dude, the cheaters are defending the cheaters. Holy shit. In Apex Legends, it's infested with cheaters, and you can watch them play after you die from who killed you. That's the best experience. Well, here's the thing, Burner. I played a lot of Apex Legends, and then I stopped playing it because the game got really trash. And then they always had problems with, like, in certain match modes where you couldn't see the kill cam anymore. So I feel like they were trying to eliminate the kill cam because they knew they had a lot of hackers. I mean, this is so egregious, it's not even funny. Look, right here. Shooting through the wall. Like, how do you defend that? Unless the tree just didn't render in and it's not, the tree is there, but it's not there, like physically blocking the bullets. But how do you know the guy's behind the tree, you know? I mean, that right there is pretty much all you have to see. So yeah, you got the weirdo cowboy goth girl characters defending the other hackers and shit, so kind of stereotypical, honestly. And again, this is gonna be the thing that I worry about for like people who really like enjoy these kind of games, is it's gonna kill a lot of the hype for a lot of people. I mean, look, hackers and cheaters have pretty much killed. I'm not gonna say killed Escape from Tarkov. I'm sure Escape from Tarkov still has decent amounts of people who play it. But there are a lot of people who stop playing the game because they're just straight up are tired of the cheaters, tired of the hackers, you know? Where were I here? They're losers? Yeah, well, dude, honestly, I don't even understand because a lot of them, I'm sure, would be decent players. I'm not of the opinion that anybody who hacks or cheats is automatically dog shit without the hacking. I think it's people who they know that they're also limited. Even if they're decent players, they know that they have limitations and they want to be the best at any cost, you know? I wonder if they think I'm cheating and then shows a cheating video. Yeah, it's pretty insane, dude. Like, very little self-awareness whatsoever, right? No self-awareness at all. So a lot of new stuff or stuff that I haven't covered about Collective Shout. Collective Shout, this group of freaky weirdo activist Karens. Guys, I've been trying to get to the bottom of Collective Shout and try to figure out what the hell these people actually stand for. It is the weirdest thing. Like, it is genuinely the weirdest thing to try to figure out. If you go to their own website, you start reading through a lot of like their Q&A stuff. I don't understand. Like, I don't know how they are feminist, but they're also right-wing. Like, they've been labeled as right-wing before, and I don't think they truly are. It's based on who they're affiliated with. Even games as casual as No Man's Sky trolls players who cheat with their mind beam damage to kill players. Yeah. No, dude, there's always going to be people who do that shit. Collective shithole. I like Collective Shart. Collective Shart's a good one, man. Collective Shadows AstroTurf through its non-existent roots. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So, I was looking at this in the last couple days. I've been trying to have the time, energy, the ability to get some videos recorded talking about this group of people. I haven't had time, but I did bring up a lot of tabs and I was reading through stuff about Collective Shout themselves. They've been around for like 10 years in some capacity or another. You need to look at Collective Shout through an alternate lens. Well, that's what I'm trying to do, Hook. I don't think they fit the mold of traditionally right-wing, left-wing, conservative, liberal. It seems to be its own entity of sorts in that manner. Collective Shout stands for tax-deductible donations. Don't overcomplicate it. No, I mean, you're spot on there, Tekla. They adhere to the founding lines from early 1900s by sisters who created the National Organization for Women. So it's funny because in not looking at them through like a left-wing or right-wing lens, there are things that they say or things that they might state on their mission statement that I could 100% agree with. Now, the methods that they go about trying to, enact change and all that, I might completely disagree with. I might disagree with their methods, but I could understand like agreeing with some of their ideology, if you will, even if I wouldn't endorse their methods for enacting change. It's a shell company among other companies in a corporate shell game. I mean, that's how most of them usually are. Yeah, Australian conservative is not at all like US conservative or UK conservative. No, DB, I am starting to learn that quite a bit. So on their Q&A section on their website, because this is something that kind of struck me here, Collective Shout is a grassroots movement challenging the objectification of women and sexualization of girls in media, advertising, and pop culture. So this had me asking the question, like, are they for pornography? Are they against it? Do they have, some sort of stipulation like, well, we're generally against it, but if women are doing it freely, then, they're free to live their lives how they want. For what I've seen, they are pretty much anti anything that could, quote unquote, objectify women, which is really weird because if they were conservative, they wouldn't mind women being the object of, let's say, a man's affection or appealing to men, because then it would be like, well, if you're traditionally attractive as far as like the way women are supposed to look, that's a more right-wing conservative thing. But they seem to be against that as well. It's a really strange thing. Their feminism's more second wave, unlike the crazy third wave feminists that we see in the States. Huh. It says we target corporations, advertisers, marketers, and media which exploit the bodies of women and girls to sell products and services and campaigns to change their behavior. So let me ask you this, like, that's like 90% of what exists between Hollywood, the adult film industry. They focus a lot on the adult film industry. A lot. But nothing has actually been done about that. If you guys remember MasterCard and Visa a year or two ago, they were like threatening to pull their services from OnlyFans. And then that all just seemingly went away. Just like that, it was back to normal. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. But, lately it's like it's all about video games. Well, video games are played by men and men are bad. And therefore, if men have anything objectionable in their content that they consume, it's got to feed into this idea that all men suck. Basically is what I've gotten from their own mission statement. It says, more broadly, we engage with issues relating to other forms of sexploitation, including the interconnected industries of the adult film industry, prostitution and trafficking, and the growing market in the sale of children for live, distant child abuse, and the trade in child abuse dolls and replica body parts. Again, weird, creepy, disgusting stuff. I'm sure some of it's already illegal. Whatever. Collective Shout's a not-for-profit company limited by guarantee and governed by a board of directors, registered charity. They're always a registered charity. And then that money somehow always ends up getting depleted, right? Goes into somebody's pocket. The bodies and not people, it's all commie gobbledygook. That's kind of what it sounds like. What is sexualization? And then they go by the American Psychological Association's definition, right? That's the funniest thing. It's like you guys can't even pick your own terminology. So you've got person's value comes from their appearance, person's held to a standard of physical attractiveness, person's objectified, or sexuality is inappropriately imposed on a person. So again, this goes back to the idea that if a man finds a woman attractive and tells her that, or she catches him flirting with her, staring at her, whatever, that is him objectifying her, and basically he's committed the cardinal sin, right? This is the problem with these people. It's completely meaningless retardation. What do you mean by objectification? Objectification occurs when a person, most often a woman, is treated as a body or a series of body parts for others' use and consumption. When her physical attributes and sexual capabilities are regarded as representative of her whole self or seen as determining her worth. So again, they're not conservative, because a traditional conservative or right-wing person would look at it and say, a woman's ability to be a homemaker, be attractive to look at, and have kids make up her actual worth. I mean, at least a large part of it. Objectifying representations of women include depictions of women without heads or faces. What? Wait. Objectifying representations of women include depictions of women without heads or faces. What? Reduced to a single body part, portrayed as interchangeable as a stand-in for an object or defined by their availability. Who's looking at women with no heads? Somebody explain this to me. They're all liars? Yeah, pretty much. When women are treated as objects and their value is based on their physical attractiveness and sexuality to the exclusion of other characteristics, skills, and attributes, this is harmful, leads to harassment, abuse, discrimination, and men's violence against. See, again, it all goes back to men's violence against women. And look, I'll be the first person to say, as somebody who has a wife, who has a daughter, anybody ever committed a violent act against my wife or daughter, you better start running. Okay, I'm not even going to say it because I'll get banned on YouTube for saying it. But the idea that if a guy finds a woman attractive, if he ever objectifies a woman, ever finds someone desirable, or does anything that these women disapprove of, it's going to lead towards violence against women, it's insane. They're so fixated on objectification that they ignore any other sort of objectification. They view other women like Savvy as objects of opposition and not a woman who disagrees. Well, she just has her. Savvy's got that misogyny. What do they call that? Her. It's not innate misogyny. It's you know what I'm trying to say. It's like she's misogynistic as a woman. But sex sells and always has. It's not sex being sold. It's the women's objectified bodies. If it was sex being sold, we would see women and men equally objectified, but we don't. See, this is bullshit. For two reasons. One, if you look at Hollywood, games, media, romance novels, the smut games on Steam for women, a lot of this crap has always objectified men. Heavily. The difference is men don't care. Men don't complain. You objectify a man, they're going to take it as a compliment. They only care because men objectify women. And the difference is also in how our brains are wired. Men are going to notice an attractive woman. A woman isn't always going to notice an attractive man to the extent that a man will notice a woman. That's just a matter of how our brains are wired. Like, honest to God, this is like biology 101. Even if it is true that advertising that sexually objectifies women does generate more profits, this doesn't make it any less harmful. So basically, if you have an attractive woman in the Victoria's Secret window to sell your underwear, that's a bad thing. However, this is the best part. I found this, and this is my favorite part here. Isn't it a good thing to represent diverse body types? So what I just said again about having like the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle, right? Or you got the Victoria's Secret underwear models where they're attractive blonde white women or whatever. While we support challenging the narrow, limiting beauty standards for women and greater representation of diverse body types, race, and ethnicity and age, we do not believe objectifying a wider range of women constitutes progress. No one should be reduced to the status of an object. So basically, what they're saying is, no, we don't want ugly, fat, diverse women to be objectified. We just don't want anybody to be considered sexually attractive. That's basically what they're saying. Most of those so-called smut games that objectify women are made in part by women. I mean, you would think that a woman would have to be attached to it to actually, help, sell it to other women, right? Unless men are better at designing games for women, which might also be true too. If women choose to participate and get paid, what's the problem? It's true that some women choose to participate in practices and industries that objectify and commodify women's bodies, but just because a few individual women participate in their own objectification doesn't negate the well-established harm of objectification on women as a whole. We also need to consider the wider cultural context in which women make these choices. We live in a culture in which women learn from childhood that their worth is determined by their physical beauty and sexuality. Women and girls are rewarded for conforming to sexualized beauty ideals and ostracized if they do not. Women are sold the lie that embracing sexual objectification is empowering. Hey, this I can agree with, guys. Here's the thing. Here's the funny part. Like I said, there are parts of this that I can agree with. But again, the difference is I have an issue with their approach and their methods. Women are sold the lie that embracing sexual objectification is empowering. The whole female empowerment thing is bullshit. Like this line right here, I 100% agree with. It is a lie for a woman that going out and sleeping around and doing, adult films or an OnlyFans account or whatever is empowering. It's not empowering. You're cheapening yourself and you're selling yourself. You're a commodity at that point. They're 100% correct about that. The problem is they don't have the right to go and shame people for quote unquote objectifying people when A, the woman is doing it herself. She's the one choosing to do it. B, there are unfortunately men who are willing to pay for it. And C, people have always been wired where men are going to desire attractive women. That's not something you can change or try to like deprogram out of men. When itch delisted all of its NSFW content, there were much more female or true game creators that came out to call foul than there were male creators. Yeah, right, exactly. Focusing on the choices of individual women obscures the power dynamics behind sexploitation industries and those who stand to profit from them. Our approach is to challenge the toxic culture rather than focusing on the so-called choices of individual women. So don't blame the women. This is, again, they're going to let the women off the hook. Okay? Challenge the toxic culture around it. So men are bad and evil for objectifying women. But we're not going to focus on the women themselves who are encouraging this behavior from men. They're propagandized to empower themselves in that way. Yeah. Yeah, Tekla, and that's the thing. They go after the petty shit like video games. Exploiting women is bad. Women exploiting themselves is good business. Yeah. Yep, the Karens. Wasn't simply a choice, it was someone else's choice. Just take it directly to people who are doing the propagandizing. Right. Arguments that women posting images online, being subjected to violent, abusive, and degrading acts, or being paid by men are all empowering render the word meaningless. So again, I would agree with them that the whole empowering thing is bullshit. The issue is they're always going to go back to men bad. Why don't you go after women and tell women, hey, feminists, you lied to women? Why are they not blaming the women who have been pushing for this empowerment for so long? Right? Sex trade is a form of systemic violence against vulnerable women and girls fueled by male demand. Okay. It's a two-way street. Women provide it, men consume it. If men stop paying, there'd be no supplier. If women stop supplying it, there'd be no consumer. It goes both ways. Like, honest to God, guys, it's a 50-50, it's a two-way street here. That's what I said. These are the weirdest people to try to figure out. Like, honest to God, I don't understand. Like you said, Australian conservative is very different from the rest of what we've had to deal with.
Liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked.
These dumb Karens really hate men having a good time.
Hey, Anime Mania with the 1 month. Thanks, buddy. I mean, yeah, and it's not just that. I mean, I think that there's something to it there. It's not just about because I don't believe that Collective Shout truly has an issue with the behavior of women, whether it's exploiting themselves, whether it's engaging in any sort of whatever act that they're doing. I think it's only using it as a tool to attack men. I think that's the angle that they're trying to take, because everything with them is about violence against women, harm towards women, and it's always being perpetrated by men. I mean, this is basic facts, right? Most men, when it comes to violence between men and women, more men are going to commit violent acts towards women than vice versa. Most men are physically stronger, they can dominate a woman much easier. That you don't have to convince me of that. But it's the fact that they're going to shame people for playing a video game or watching a movie. And it's not just, the No Mercy game, which was like pretty extreme stuff. It's not just like the NSFW, the crazy like fringe stuff that only a small percentage of people are into. These people claimed victory years ago for getting Target, and I think it was Kmart at the time, back in 2014, to pull Grand Theft Auto 5 from their stores because of the violence towards women in the game. Okay? They claimed victory. They were, promoting this change.org petition, and they got Target to pull the game. Now, again, should you be allowed to play whatever game you want as long as it's within the legal construct of your society? Absolutely. If the government, if there's a law, like for example, we've talked about like the things that are in certain games that are actually legal depictions of minors and stuff, that's a whole different story. If there's no illegal depictions of, let's say, minors, and it's all pixels on a screen, I'm not going to be the one to tell you what game you should and shouldn't play. They don't want attractive women in the spotlight, so they attack anyone who hires them. There you go. think they just want the money, and this has been how to get money for 25 years. Well, Quill, I mean, maybe not. Collective Shout might. But I know another one that definitely is in it for the money. We'll talk about them in a minute. And of course, they sent out this email. It says that the newsletters, they were trying to play the victim, solicit donations. They also revealed targeting payment processors, executives, which has slightly scared their partners. Of course, you can see down here where they label people our enemies. It says they're trying to destroy our operating systems. They've gone after our global allies, charitable partners, ambassadors, and other backers. They've tried to get social media platforms to shut us down, but we won't let them. Begging for donations. You got Anita Sarkeesian, ironically, out here attacking Collective Shout, which is really strange. Weird bedfellows we have here. Going back to, again, a post from 2015 from one of the co-founders of Collective Shout. Many of these games involve misogyny and the over-sexualization and objectification of women. So they're not just talking about, guys, 2014, 2015, they weren't just talking about like these incest, weird, freaky, creepy, strange games, okay? They weren't talking about stuff that was like the super hardcore, like NSFW, straight up like adult content games. They're talking about mainstream games.
You're a gentleman
okay?
and a scholar.
All right, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Money is fungible with power. Yeah. Yeah, it's always about consolidating power. That's the craziest part, you know? Yeah, they were talking about Bayonetta and 2B. Exactly. Exactly. They wear revealing clothing or appear naked and are cast as negative figures such as prostitutes. That's bullshit, first of all. Go back to, when did the first Blood Rain game come out? Those games were freaking awesome. She was dressed in like all spandex and leather and shit, and they didn't depict her in a negative light. Rain was a freaking awesome character. Part of the bigger push for entertainment, they're just specializing in the feminism man-bad tactic, but are part of one bigger cabal. Yeah, no, you're 100% there. Some games even encourage the exploitation and abuse of women to unlock rewards and boost players' abilities. Well, they're talking about like the upskirt challenge in certain games and stuff. But again, this has just been a thing that they've been pushing for a long time. The myth of consensual gaming. I consent, well, I don't. Yeah, isn't there somebody you forgot to ask? Exactly. And we've got, oh yeah, another post from 2019. Okay. This is the kind of stuff that they put out there. These attempts to not just censor video games and media, but like merchandise. They got a bakery that had a shirt about having nice buns to remove the shirt because their female employees are going to be sexualized wearing the shirt. Says, push my buttons t-shirt advertised with hands pushing keyboard buttons on a woman's breasts. Wish shopping. Are you okay with profiting from sexism and normalizing sexual harassment? First of all, I've seen stuff nowadays far more explicit than this that girls willingly wear. Plenty of girls who are these empowered feminists, and I don't ever see a man walking up and like groping them, touching them in public. Okay, sure. The like bottom 0.1% probably do, and those are those creepy perverts who are going to do all sorts of things whether you're wearing that shirt or not. You know, it's like for a while, especially being a parent and trying to parent and be responsible. You worry about like having a daughter and like what are you going to put your daughter in, because there's always going to be some creepy pervert out in society who's going to look at your little girl, 6, 7, 8 years old, in a weird, creepy way. Well, at some point you have to say, I'm going to dress her appropriately for her age, but at the end of the day, I cannot protect her from some perverted thoughts that some creepy weirdo is going to have out in public. You just do the best you can to be responsible and put them in the appropriate clothing that they should be wearing. They shut down the whole bakery. Oh my god, dude. Sounds like Soviet planning. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't remember that they actually shut down the entire bakery. That's nuts. Let me see here. Just more dribble from the people at Collective Shout. This is a funny one from Coralie Allison, one of the co-founders. She's not a co-founder. She's the movement operations manager at Collective Shout. Says, so good to see, what's her face? Melinda Tankard Rice today. We come up with our best campaign ideas when we're together, strategizing our next takedown. These women are high on their own farts, I swear to God, and they just got roasted in the replies. It's the funniest thing. Madam Savvy sharing this clip from South Park where Dora the Explorer gets trafficked during an ice raid, and again, no word from these women about that. Apparently, that's not worth talking about. The one on the right, very sus. Why won't Collective Shout go after Roblox? That's an interesting question. Well, we're going to talk about Roblox in a minute. Because my God, if you want to talk about, dude, here's the thing. Here's been. Let me give you guys a little bit of like behind the scenes here, because I think it was Burner messaged me a couple days ago on Twitter, and he's like, "Hey man, just checking in, make sure things are good. Hopefully, you guys have gotten moved and this and that." He was messaging because I haven't had a new video in a couple weeks, and I was trying to stick with like a couple of videos a week schedule. Then it turned into I've had like 2 videos in the last 4 weeks, and I've just been too busy, too exhausted, too mentally fried to even try to get a video recorded. So I will sit here every other night with my tabs open, looking through this stuff, trying to, like in my brain, put together a video that's cohesive, that makes sense, that's something more than just reading somebody else's words on a screen, right? Because I've done that shit and I'm sick and tired of that. But the craziest part was the biggest issue I've had in this entire Collective Shout, digital ID, YouTube age verification is there is so freaking much, and I have so little time that as I'm sitting here trying to collect my thoughts to make one video, there's 10 other things going on all at the same time. And the crazy thing about that is it's like it's happening in real time. Like as we are talking about one thing, we're getting hit on a whole other front. Like if you just go back to a year and a half ago from this point now, we had the entire thing where people were waking up to what Sweet Baby Inc. and narrative design companies were doing to essentially change the narrative in video games to make them more sanitized, make them more diverse, make them more like palatable, right? Then you get within the same span of time, you still have that shit going on, but then you've got the government trying to, force people to do the whole digital ID crap. You've got the restrictions on content. You've got the restrictions from payment processors. You've got activists trying to change the way people are consuming content. I mean, it's like we're getting hit nonstop over and over and over again. It's the craziest thing. I immediately envision Arby's roast beef sandwich. Oh my God. No, man. No. So glad I never played Roblox, and thank God I never will. I know people who have kids that play Roblox. My kids have asked about it. And guys, here's the thing. Part of my issue with the whole digital ID thing, part of my issue with the entire protect the children, keep children safe online, is I'm a parent. I have 3 kids. 12-year-old, my twins are 10. I have to be aware of what they're consuming online. If I don't know what they're consuming online, that's on me. Am I going to end the stream soon? We'll probably go for another half hour or so. So I don't want or need daddy government or some other organization of activists or somebody out there who pretends to care about my kids' safety, but they're using it as a ploy to, enact more control and regulations on people on the internet, pretending that they give a shit about my kid and saying, oh, we need to protect the children, It's to keep adults safe from online? Yeah, maybe. So, yeah, that's the thing, though. Like, I've been struggling with this because every other day it seems like some other shit is happening. And now we got this stuff going on with Roblox. And I'm like, man, now you have something that actually matters and nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it. But the problem, Mahendra, is that government has always been our parents. Going back 80 to 100 years at least, the government's really started becoming like helicopter parents. It's the craziest thing. So, of course, we've seen the anti-Steam censorship petitions. These have been going for a couple weeks now, I think, trying to push back against Collective Shout and all these other freaking activists. The biggest one, I think, is currently sitting at about, almost 250,000 signatures. Now, what this Change.org petition is actually going to do, I don't know. It says MasterCard and Visa are interfering with legal entertainment, often under pressure from advocacy groups who want to censor what they deem problematic. We demand an end to censorship of fiction, the right to choose stories we enjoy without moral policing. We demand that MasterCard, Visa, and their pressure partners stop censoring legal fictional content, reject influence from activist groups, be fully transparent, and protect creators' rights to make legal adult content. I think it was aka monarchy was the parents. Yeah, these are the same type of people that allow illegal aliens to put them up in hotels. Right. So again, here's my issue. You want to talk about something with this freaking collective shout group of Karens? You want to talk about protecting children, protecting women. What's your stance on illegal immigration? I'm dying to know that one. I want to, like, if these women are 100% close the border, deport all the illegals, get rid of all the fighting age men that have come into these countries, then I might start actually agreeing with them on a few things. But if they want to claim that they care about protecting women and children and they don't care, yeah, that's a whole other tangent I could go off on. Just look at the UK. I'd rather not. Actual degens play Roblox talking with kids. None of them have time to play smut games. Yeah, dude, seriously, 100%. They're all the ones that you have to protect your children from are all playing on freaking Roblox with them already, you know? Then, of course, we see that one of the change.org petitions was removed. Now, this one only had 5,000 signatures at the time, but I've checked, and it is currently still disabled. You cannot go there. It says it's under review by moderators who enforce our community guidelines. No idea what that means. There's another one that's got about 300 signatures on it. Again, this is probably the biggest one right here, 248,000. No, they don't care about anything. So what I found interesting, though, and this is gonna be funny with the whole digital online safety ID thing with GTA 6. You know, Collective Shout was celebrating GTA 5 getting banned in Australia. What are they going to do with GTA 6? That's going to be a really interesting thing to think about. Japan's hard to get into? Yeah, no shit. I mean, from what I've heard, Japan's starting to make it easier, but I really hope they don't. I mean, the reason people love Japan is because it's full of Japanese people. Let's be honest about it, guys. People love Japan because it's Japanese culture and it's a homogenous society of Japanese people. If I lived in Japan, I would not want Japan to change a single thing to conform to anybody else's way of living. Like, Japan is great because it's Japan. You know? The UK used to be great because it was the UK. GTA 6 won't be the same as past GTA. Even if the game is toned down, you think these women aren't going to try to keep GTA 6 from getting sold in Australia as well? I mean, come on. They will. They'll still try. So here's the funny thing. With Collective Shout, you have this Online Hate Prevention Institute saying Gamergate returns Collective Shout edition. Okay? Now, I'm not going to bother going through this entire article because it just kind of rehashes everything from their feminist standpoint. But what I do find funny is this Online Hate Prevention Institute. They offer all these services, okay? Here's the best part. Prices and information on this page is current as of March 18th, 2020. For further details, contact us. So they offer software for monitoring online hate, okay? So you've got a setup fee of 400 Australian dollars, public pool license for 12 months of 2,200 Australian dollars, private license of 12 months for 44,000 Australian dollars, okay? So you're seeing the grift now, right? Consultancy. The Online Hate Prevention Institute provides consultancy services to companies, governments, and not-for-profits in areas related to our expertise. Development and review of policies on social media used by staff from $2,000 up. Development and review of policies and training related to managing social media channels and responding to harmful content from $3,000 up. Specialized analysis and reporting on harmful content, including incitement to violence and extremism, $2,000. Open source intelligence gathering, $2,000. And it goes on and on. Commissioned reports into areas of online hate and extremism, $50,000. I heard that new right-wing party wants to bring back emperor. Only male descendants can become emperor. That'd be pretty badass, not gonna lie. Reminds me of Take This. Exactly. Mahendra, they're consultants, okay? This is the same shit we've been looking at for the last 2 years of all these. You guys remember Melanin Gamers with their online toxicity rating shit? Same kind of idea. Yeah, dude, it's kind of the same. Although Take This got shut down. I don't think that toxicity rating thing ever, like, that never took off. They were really hoping it would. Recognizing hate speech, $500 per group. My God. Tackling hate speech talk for IEEE Computer Society chapters, campaign and gathering data, 1 hour session, 300 Australian dollars, analysis and processing data. Tucker, what are you doing? Cat's walking around the house and yelling. Cat was passed out on the kitchen table the entire day because of how hot he was. Normally, I won't let him lay on the table, but it was like the coolest place in the house. So he's like, I'm just going to put my ass up here. So here's the funniest thing. You go to the hate archive. The Online Hate Prevention Institute actually has a hate archive. Now, this is why I said I cannot for the life of me figure out what Collective Shout actually believes in, because if these are the people that they are allying with, they are not right-wing. They are not conservative, because a lot of these claims, a lot of these things that they have archived about racism against First Nations, anti-Muslim hate, Holocaust denial, homophobia, transphobia, anti-Asian hate, COVID and online hate, these are left-wing talking points, okay? Maybe not so much the Holocaust denial, that can go either way. But a lot of these talking points, serious trolling, transphobia, homophobia, COVID, and online hate, this is stuff that a left-wing organization would care about. Not something that traditionally a right-wing or conservative group of people would have as much of an issue. So again, anytime that any of these people online refer to Collective Shout as right-wing, it just makes my skin crawl. It's like they are not right-wing at all. They have an ideological goal with a strategic goal. They won't be open about that, right? 3,000 Kurdish people moved to Tokyo and people immediately voted on a single issue right-wing party. Go Japan. Is that all it took? Start a consulting group called Melanoma Gamers for anyone who just has a mole anywhere on their body. That's pretty funny. I've seen there's somebody that was putting out merchandise or a joke website or whatever. Collective Shut the Hell Up. Collectively Shut the Hell Up, I think is what it said. I mean, that's pretty spot on in my opinion. So yeah, while Collective Shout could be caring about actual issues, they could actually be trying to protect real world children. Here's the thing, guys. If they were doing anything that truly protected people in the real world and not just worrying about online trolls, I might have more sympathy for them. Like I said, look, I've been very open about the fact that I think the adult film industry, OnlyFans, Hollywood in general, not because of objectifying women bad, but Hollywood is full of predators. Like, most entertainment is full of sickos and perverts. And as such, we are destroying society anytime we glamorize this stuff. Like, I am all for not empowering debauchery and degeneracy. At the same time, I'm also not about moral policing people and how they want to live their life. Like, you're going to live the way you want to live. I can make moral judgments on you all day long. You can make moral judgments on me. But I'm not going to tell you you have to live up to my rules or ethics or whatever, and vice versa. Because, again, free society. That being said, they are not actually having any real-world effects, any positive effect in the real world. All they're doing is policing online activity, right? Which has zero effect on actually protecting children or women in the real world. They want to protect children, but they want brown child. Yeah, exactly, Hook. Exactly. I'm sure that one didn't get allowed on YouTube, but no, that's what I'm saying. The casting couch, yep. Horror Amarada started Collectively Shut Up. There, thank you. I knew it was somebody. I can't remember who it was. Biggest issue with right wing is they're pro-religious, aka pro-Christian. Well, see, okay, Mahendra, this is the thing. Unfortunately, we're in a really weird spot politically in the West, where we have conservatives, liberals, and moderates that are all voting right-wing because we all collectively have a lot of the same ideas, but we're ideologically looking at them from different perspectives. So you might have a liberal right-wing person who's sleeping around, doesn't want to have kids, doesn't want a traditional, marriage. Maybe they're gay, but they want less taxes. They want a closed border. They want a strong military presence, but they want to stay out of foreign wars. And they're pretty much on board with those major party platform issues. but they're pro-gay marriage because they're gay, or they're liberal in other ways. They're saddled in the same party as people who are traditional family values, maybe religious, maybe just morally like more conservative. And they're all under the same umbrella because the 2016 and 2024 elections have all kind of grouped people together into a voting bloc. I guess more like what Democrats used to do. Democrats used to be a lot better at having a voting bloc of people from a more diverse background, and right-wingers were more like the, Protestant, right-wing, conservative, and evangelicals, Unfortunately, that causes a lot of fracturing because you're going to have people who look at the world very differently. And I don't blame right-wing conservatives for that happening. It was always going to happen because for those elections, it was just a voting bloc. It was not people who truly saw the world the same way. It's called virtue signaling. Yeah, no, virtue signaling is 100% what they do. They're not actually solving anything. They're just making it sound like they're doing good things, on paper. It's like, yeah, if you go back and look at Democrats from the 90s versus Democrats now, it's not even the same party. I mean, you could make the same argument for Republicans too. But things have sure changed a lot in the last 30 years. It's really interesting. So, not to derail the topic too much, getting back to this whole Roblox situation and actual real-world harm, Roblox has been something that I'm sure most of us who play video games have known is an issue for a long time. This is the thing. Anybody who's a gamer over the age of 12, over the age of 13, somebody who's 18, 19, 20 years old and up, we all know about Roblox. First of all, it's a game that I could never imagine playing. It looks retarded. I would rather play Fortnite than Roblox. I'm not even kidding. Roblox, to me, it looks like something a preschooler would play. So I don't understand the obsession. I don't understand the appeal. I never will. But what I do know is that it's got a shitload of predators on there. And unfortunately, nothing has really been done about it. So a few days ago, this article came out from the Associated Press that says Roblox rolls out open source AI system to protect kids from predators in chats. Again, the best way to protect your kids from predators is to know what your kids are doing or who your kids are talking to. That's kind of the easiest way to do it. But unfortunately, not everyone's going to parent their kids. Hey, Clinton, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. Unfortunately, a lot of the parents these days are lazy and they're going to let the internet raise their kids for them. They're going to hope and pray that, mommy government or some organization or some group of people is going to protect their kids from the creeps, or they just flat out don't care. It says Roblox, the online gaming platform, wildly popular with children and teenagers, is rolling out an open source version of an AI system it says can help preemptively detect predatory language in game chats. No. All that's going to do is like censor certain words, okay? It's going to be like, you can't say young, you can't say age, you can't say old, you can't say kids or child. Like, they're just going to freaking remove words. That's all they're going to do. They're not going to do anything that's going to protect children. And then, okay, so you're going to say the AI is going to detect it. How are you going to enforce it? So you're going to ban the user. Then they're just going to make a new account. All right. The move comes as the company faces lawsuits and criticism accusing it of not doing enough to protect children from predators. Now, again, this gets into that really slippery slope of how much are we going to give control to these companies, how much are we going to demand control from these companies, and how much we're going to say it's up to parents to talk to their kids and protect their kids, right? Because what we have here is a lawsuit where a family claims that Discord and Roblox failed to protect a 10-year-old girl from being abducted. And this is something that pisses me off as a parent. Because while I don't blame the child, 10-year-olds do stupid things. I've got 2 of them. They do a lot of stupid shit left to their own devices. Where the hell were the parents in this situation? Where were anybody else that might actually be able to find out who the 10-year-old daughter is talking to somebody online, ends up being coerced into going onto Discord, revealing her address to this man who then went and abducted her, okay? Groomed and manipulated, they claim, all right? So again, this is why Roblox is in a lot of shit right now, because they've got a platform full of this kind of crap, full of these kind of people. And again, I don't even necessarily blame Roblox for, I mean, they're a game, right? They just exist. Do they need to do more? If there's something they can do, absolutely they should do more. 10-year-olds should not know about the internet? No. But again, they claim despite aggressively marketing themselves as family friendly and safe for kids, Roblox and Discord are both accused of turning a blind eye to rampant abuse in the name of user growth and profits. And here's the funny thing, guys. This is not financial advice at all because I suck at financial advice. I bought Roblox stock because I'm got like my little Robinhood app and I've got a little bit of money where I mess around with stocks and I've lost money on like GameStop and AMC stock and shit. So I would never give financial advice. But I bought Roblox stock when it was at like $60 when it launched. Then I sold it when it went up to 70 because it had gone up and then it started to crash, so I got out of there. Then it went all the way down to 30 and I bought another couple shares and then I sold it again because I was like, oh, I'm just scared it's not going to go back up. Roblox stock is over like $130 a share right now. Okay. Oh, thanks, Clinton. Appreciate it. Roblox stock is insanely high. Now, not compared to like, Amazon or Costco or Tesla even. But Amazon or Roblox stock, compared to where it launched at, is doing incredibly well. So they have every incentive to keep making money. The last thing they want is a scandal. The last thing they want is to admit that their platform is full of predators, okay? Says this case was horrifying, but it's the natural consequence of how these platforms choose to operate, said Alexandra Walsh, partner at Annapol Weiss, in a statement. Roblox and Discord know predators are exploiting children on their platforms. They've known for years and for years refused to implement simple and essential protections. This wasn't a loophole. It was the system working exactly as they designed it. Now, I don't believe Roblox has designed the platform or Discord with the intent of kids being kidnapped and groomed and all that. Are they willing to do what they need to fix it or address it? Probably not. It's going to make a video about employees' daily life of Roblox. Oh, I'm sure it's exactly like we've seen with life in the day of a Twitter employee before Elon Musk bought it and fired everybody, right? They're lazy employees. Yeah, they always are. Dude, they always have like the smoothie bar and they've got the yoga classes and the free meals paid for by their work. It's like adult daycare, dude. It is the craziest thing. So this takes us to, if you attract deer, you'll attract mountain lions. Right, so Hook, here's my question. As somebody who doesn't want more AI, monitoring everybody's words online and government ID for using the internet, and more Karens telling you that you're not allowed to have X, Y, or Z because you have to protect the children, what can Roblox and Discord do to quote unquote protect children better, other than basically being a helicopter parent for lazy parents, right? That's why Boy Scouts of America and the Catholic churches where the gays went for their parade. God, you're not lying there. It's like a feeding trough, So again, I don't want to let Roblox and Discord off the hook because first off, screw both of them. I don't care. But I do have to wonder what you have a daughter who's 10 years old, who you allowed to get to know somebody online to the point that she felt comfortable divulging her address to this 27-year-old creep, who was then able to come pick her up and abduct her. And your first thought is we need to sue Roblox and Discord for not protecting our daughter. That just doesn't sit well with me. Like, sure, sue Roblox, but you have to take some responsibility too. You're the freaking parents. I don't know. So that takes us to where we are today. Says Michael, the young man behind Real Schlep, that's his online persona, I guess, helped expose child predators on Roblox. And how did the billion-dollar company respond?
Just gotten a legal complaint.
Hang on. Not by fixing the problem, not by teaming up with him, not by protecting kids, but by threatening him with a cease and desist letter. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. Not yet you haven't. Oh, God. It's down to parenting relay. There's no avoiding that. You're dealing with predators. Right, but like, can we honestly look at one thing that Roblox should do differently? Like, I don't know how Roblox works. I know that they have different mods. I know that they have different rooms. Like, I've seen my kids play Fortnite when I'm here, right? And there are different Fortnite lobbies that they can play in. Like, there's an Among Us challenge Fortnite lobby. There's like a logo identification one where they have to go through the right door if they recognize the logo, like the correct version of the logo or some shit. Like, what more can Roblox and Discord do? Like, have they done enough? Have they done nothing? Like, what can they actually do other than, parent the people's kid for them, right? So Roblox has done more to silence a whistleblower than to stop predators on their own platform. Let that sink in. So this is the kid here, Real Schlep, aka Michael.
From Roblox. I'm not even joking. They have sent a cease and desist letter to me, and they've gone ahead and banned every account I own. And you might be wondering, what heinous crime did you commit to possibly deserve that? Well, what I did was get predators arrested on their platform. Actually, 6 of them. I got 6 predators arrested within the Roblox community. Some of them, the crimes are so heinous, I can't even say here.
I'm going to admit, I've tweeted earlier and then deleted it as making fun of this kid because it looks like somebody that would either be a predator or be somebody that would get preyed upon. But I'm like, I just can't do that. That's just too mean. You can go full Inquisition if you really wanted to do something, but I don't want to do that though. The hypocrisy is the disease, 100% facts, yeah.
On TikTok or wherever this is going. And the thing that's crazy about it is that Roblox has taken a more firm action against me, a person getting these people arrested, a person that law enforcement has made public statements saying that they are glad when people like me go ahead and give them information.
Before I forget though, I think part of the problem is that for a lot of us, hang on a second. For a lot of us, the issue comes down to when the government is handed these people on a silver platter, a lot of these creeps and perverts and weirdos, they don't actually get punished for what they've done. So then they just filter right back into the system. So a kid like this catches the predator gets arrested, they get a slap on the wrist by the court system, and then they get shoved right back onto society, So
that they can arrest these people. Roblox has sent me the cease and desist letter, not these predators. That is absolutely insane. And the other thing that's crazy about this is Roblox itself. It is a predator haven. There are games on Roblox like XYZ Public Bathroom Simulator.
So this right here, which is disgusting and really creepy, I guess this answers my question as to what Roblox could do about some of this stuff, because he talks about the actual rooms that exist on Roblox, that some of them are intentionally designed to attract predators to them.
Public Bathroom Simulator has about 7 million visits, and the whole premise of the game is showering together with kids. That is the whole game. If you join it, you're going to see predators, you're going to see naked avatars, you're going to see people peeing and all this sort of weird stuff. If I was a parent and I saw that, I would be outraged. I would be totally outraged. And parents aren't aware of this, and it's so sad. I get emails from kids daily about all the horrible stuff that they're exposed to. I get emails from parents talking about what their kids were exposed to. And there are so many predators.
God, that is just disgusting. And meanwhile, you guys remember a couple weeks ago, there was that freaking ICE protest shit going on Roblox where you had Alyssa Mercante and who's the journalist gal that's like 500 years old that never ages? Complete retarded woman. Always has the mask on everywhere she goes. They were going in and interviewing people and talking to kids who were part of these protests and like, oh, the cops beat me up. But it was a virtual cop on a Roblox game. Yeah.
On this platform, it is actually unreal. So it's quite crazy to see Roblox go after me, a person trying to get predators arrested off of their platform, than the predators. Why? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Well, because they don't want the bad press. That's the reason why. He's going to do something big with his life. Taylor Lorenz. Thank you, Clint. Oh, my God. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Taylor Lorenz. Yeah, the protest on Roblox. That was some retarded shit. The Doxer. Yes. Oh, this is so bad. So, Real Schlep here on Twitter said, hey, Ted Cruz, I live in Texas. Could I have a 5-minute conversation with you about Roblox? No, Ted Cruz is a little busy worrying about Israel. I've gotten 6 predators across the country arrested. They sent me a cease and desist. I was groomed on Roblox as a kid by a child predator. Oh, God, I didn't know that. That's awful. There's been lawsuits in Texas right now regarding Roblox's negligence towards child safety. I would love to get in touch. I'll be sending an email to your office as well. I think this is the actual cease and desist here, guys. This is the craziest part. Hey, Empress. Good morning to you. Roblox won't feed their employees. Dude, Roblox is a weird-ass game, and honestly, as a parent, knowing what I've known about it, before even knowing like the details like this shit, I can't imagine letting my kids play that shit. Like my son, we had to get him a phone for baseball season because sometimes you have to drop off at practice and pick him up because we have 3 kids, 2 of us, we have to be in 3 places at once. So we have that phone, and he texts his cousins, he texts his friends from baseball. He does fantasy sports and stuff, but it's like my son is still very sheltered, So I'm always talking to him. Like he's not on Discord, Roblox, talking to strangers, getting groomed online. Like, yeah. She has connections to the FBI contractor, Canary Mission, public-private that the FBI used to attack people that they can't bust. We talking about Taylor Lorenz? So the cease and desist from Roblox Corporation says, "Dear," and of course it's Michael, his name's redacted. "We write on behalf of Roblox. This letter serves as a formal cease and desist regarding your unauthorized and harmful activities on the Roblox platform. Your actions are a violation of Roblox policies and directly undermine Roblox safety efforts and critically are exposing our users to increased risk. Those actions include engaging in simulated child endangerment conversations, sharing or soliciting personally identifiable information, directing users to move conversations off platform." Hey, Mari. Imagine Roblox CEO fired everyone but hired responsible parents. That wouldn't happen. My kid's on Roblox and uses Discord, but I can hear everyone talk. He's in a group. But Burner, you're proving my point. There are things Roblox should do. Like some of these rooms, like he was describing, that are clearly intended to promote child abuse. And again, like moving conversations off platform and stuff. That's one thing. Those are things Roblox can take down. But you're doing the job as a parent, okay? You're doing the job you're supposed to do by saying, hey, you know what? I know who my kid's playing with. I can hear what they're talking about. It's super easy. It's really not that hard, Oh, thank you guys for hanging. This has been a really rough one for me. It's hot again tonight. It's going to be 92 here tomorrow. There's not going to be any air conditioning, so I'm not going to get any sleep for the next 2 nights in a row. So even trying to formulate coherent thoughts tonight has been rough. Roblox will protect kids from PDF. I don't think they will. I mean, maybe if they hired the parents instead. But again, Mahendra, the problem is it comes down to lazy parenting also. It's not just Roblox at fault here. They're at fault for knowing these things exist and not really doing anything to change it. I'm putting the blame on the parents, man. Like 100%, if you're a parent and you're around and you don't know who your kid's talking to, that's on you, dude. Roblox is committed to aggressively combating illegal and harmful conduct, including child exploitation through a dedicated and sophisticated team of safety professionals and advanced moderation systems and partnerships with law enforcement agencies. For example, Roblox proactively reports potentially harmful content to the Center for Missing and Exploited Children, the designated reporting entity for public and electronic service providers regarding suspected child exploitation. Further, Roblox maintains direct communication channels with NCMEC and agencies like the FBI for immediate escalation of serious threats we identify. While Roblox acknowledges your stated intentions may be to protect children, and while it recognizes the serious nature of online predatory behavior, your methods, including failing to immediately report suspicious activity to Roblox through proper channels, are actively interfering with Roblox's established safety protocols and critically are exposing Roblox users to increased risk. Can I translate all that shit right there? All it means is you're making us look bad. You're making our investors scared. You're making them skittish. That's all that means. It means, yeah, we know that you want to protect people, but we don't want to rock the boat. Accordingly, and pursuant to Roblox policies, Roblox will be closing your accounts. Please note that Roblox community standards prohibit opening new accounts to evade an enforcement action. Therefore, we demand you cease and desist from accessing the Roblox platform. Please be advised that Roblox reserves all rights to take any and all appropriate legal action against you should your violations of the community standards continue. Such actions may include, but not limited to, claims for breach of contract and violations of computer fraud and abuse. Mint oil spray cools you down. It's not a bad idea. Well, it's going to be hot tonight and tomorrow. And then we're into the cooler part of the summer. Yeah. So yeah, Burner, this kid who was groomed himself on Roblox has gotten 6 people arrested on Roblox that he's caught actual predators, and Roblox sent him a cease and desist and closed his accounts. Ironically, not even a day later, Roblox Chief Safety Officer Matthew Kaufman just unloaded over $800,000 in stock right after the company hit child predator catcher Real Schlepp with, I need to follow this guy, I'm not following him, with a cease and desist amid growing calls for his resignation. Really curious, right? Really interesting. Savvy says a lot of people are not going to expect the political ties to Roblox when it all comes out. Politicians bought into Roblox and the crossover ties. It's all well concerning, but a very similar thing happened to Epic. These companies essentially get hijacked and bullied by wealthy or powerful people to use it as a means of grooming up the next gen of consumers. Marketing to children early means controlling their culture, their beliefs, their voting habits. Remember when Roblox had the totally organic protest, but that died out real quick once mainstream caught it? That wasn't kids being kids. If someone is exposing a problem, that makes the platform seem unsafe, and then parents won't let their kids on it. So yes, of course, he got a cease and desist because he is affecting their population. Stocks have moved a lot since then. Makes you wonder what is really going on behind closed doors. He looks like a pee-pee toucher. Oh, man. So this is from an article from 2021. It says, the Paul and Nancy Pelosi Roblox investment has turned into the internet's trending and gaming relevant story recently. Not so strange when politicians get involved in video games, as it's a medium with a lot of influence over every layer of society. This time around, politicians' involvement in video games is a little bit business related. According to a form filed by Nancy Pelosi, her husband acquired 10,000 Roblox shares on the day the game developers officially launched its shares on the New York Stock Exchange. So he has doubled his money. Just keep that in mind. If Paul Pelosi still has his 10,000 shares, Roblox launched, if I remember, around $50 to $60, and it's been like over 130 for a while now. So pretty insane. Yeah, Burner, I didn't see that video. People are talking about it. I haven't seen that day in the life of a Roblox. I'll have to find that because I'm going to do a video on this. I'm going to get it recorded tomorrow night if I don't die of the heat. Because this is actually something that I think is needing to be talked about. This is something important. And I've been in this place mentally where I can't think, can't focus, can't get any videos made. But if it's something that I really care about, something that's really interesting that I can actually talk about, those are the things I want to actually cover. So, of course, ironically, going at the same time as all this other crap, Roblox will reportedly launch a virtual dating feature for ID-verified users aged 21 up to go on virtual dates, potentially leading to real-life connections. It claims a loneliness epidemic exists and Roblox can help. Given the game's predator issues, this may not end well. Watch how many people who aren't 21, who aren't actually legal adults, somehow get wrapped up in this. Okay? Like, is this really like the smartest idea right now? You have a platform that is rampant with creeps and weirdos. And then you've got a dating app that you're trying to launch after giving a cease and desist letter to a kid that was simply catching predators because of his own experience being groomed on or groomed by somebody else. And you're going to say, hey, this is the perfect time to launch a dating app on our platform. Shove an ice cube up your booty. Watch Gundam's video on it. I haven't watched a Gundam video in freaking forever. I need to. So while I'm thinking about it, Roblox is currently sitting at $130.54. On the week, it's still up $4, up $21 and change over the past month, up $57 the past 3 months, $72 over the last year. I'm not mad that I got rid of my Roblox stock because, again, I don't want to be part of this company, but I am pissed at myself that I didn't buy a shitload of it at $30 and then kind of sit on it for a while. Virtual dates for 21 and up. Can you imagine? Okay, here's another thing, guys. Think about this. David Baszucki, cock-shaped. You know what, Hook? I don't even need to look. I already know. He sold his stocks and it never dropped. Talking about Pelosi sold his stocks? That's interesting. No, so think about it this way. You've already got a problem with this platform being full of creeps and perverts and weirdos. And now you're trying to appeal to the 21 and up demographic on Roblox. What percentage of people on Roblox are even 21 and up? Like, come on, other than the creepers and weirdos who are preying on children, how many, like, people are on Roblox at 21 years old? My guess is not many. Like, come on. There's just no way. You know, before the stream's over, I really want to figure out, wait, guys, was Quillpig crazy earlier, or is there an actual echo on the microphone? Okay, I mean, it's possible. Streamlabs likes to screw shit up, so it wouldn't surprise me if there was. Let me take a look here at my settings. Properties. God, I've got an earache for some reason. I think it's all these fans we have on in our house. Whole generation of parents who weren't parented themselves. Okay, Tekla, here's the funny thing. I should be the generation of people, or I should be of the mind, especially with like the collective shout stuff. Based on the way I was raised, I had a mom who hated video games, super religious, and very much would have been on board with like censoring things. You haven't heard an echo all night. See, Burner says it sounds like I'm talking in a hallway. So many old ass Roblox players. I don't know, man. Like, are there really that many old Roblox players? Like, I should be that generation of people because of the way I was raised that is like super puritanical about this stuff. And to be honest, for a while, guys, for a while, I would have been that person to be like, oh, Grand Theft Auto is bad because you can do bad stuff in it. Now I don't give a shit, but that was just the way I was raised. At some point, I outgrew that, you know? What was I looking at? Oh, yeah, Roblox age demographics. Okay, fastest growing segment is ages 17 to 24. Uh-oh. Oh my god, hang on. Okay. Your mom got into old mobile video games 10 years ago. I can't stand mobile gaming. I hate mobile gaming so much. Okay, this is fantastic, all right? This is pretty crazy. Roblox continues to see a diverse age demographic, with the fastest growing segment being users aged 17 to 24. While the platform was initially more popular with younger children, the user base has aged up, with a significant portion now over 13. Ooh, over 13, wow. In fact, users aged 13 and older account for the majority of daily active users and hours played. Here's a more detailed breakdown. 17 to 24 is the fastest growing demographic, indicating that Roblox is attracting a wider audience of young adults. 9 to 12 and under 9 is gaining traction, still making a substantial portion of Roblox players, particularly in that 9 to 12 range. A growing number of adults 25 and up are also engaging. Again, guys, you're not genders balanced with a slight male majority. Yeah. I haven't moved anything, man. Voice is bouncing off of something. Maybe it's a Streamlabs thing, dude, because I haven't changed a freaking thing. Anime, I am just well, what you guys are probably hearing is the fan. I have it turned down on the lowest setting. I've got the back door open. I can't turn the fan off or I'll die. I'm sure it's this fan because I've got the fan that you can see back here. It's as far as the cord will reach and still manage to blow on me there. So I think Roblox is 17 and up because it's on console. Right. But see, my concern though isn't so much the platform that it's on, whether it's console or PC. It's that demographic. Why is the older demographic finding Roblox? You know what I'm saying? If they have a problem with predators and it's the biggest growing demographic, you know. Well, no, Mahendra, if the fan you wouldn't hear, but if the fan is causing enough background noise that when I'm talking, it picks, because I've got a noise gate on the microphone also. So when the noise gate is active, you won't hear it. But as I'm talking and the noise gate is open, it'll pick up maybe that's causing it to. Oh, Mari, I've had like 6 bottles of water today, maybe 7. dude, I'm hydrating as much as I possibly can, but like it's just freaking hot, man. Let me see. I would love to date a 21-year-old, 22-year-old Zoomer or 30-year-old millennial woman, but virtual dating. Yeah, dude. I mean, here's the thing. There's virtual dating, as in like dating sites, which are toxic and terrible, but for some people they work, kind of like dating apps and stuff. But dating through Roblox, I don't know. Cage says there's an echo, but keep in mind I like messing with you. Thank you. You're so helpful, man. Appreciate it. Before that, she didn't know what gaming was. I mean, it is really funny when the older demographics find things that we've had for years. We're going to a concert in a couple days, and I was mentioning it to my mom because we're trying to figure out like where I'm taking the kids to and how I'm going to do that with work and everything else because I have to leave early from work. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I heard of that band. Somebody was telling me I should go see it." I'm like, "You would never have liked that concert." She goes, "Oh, I know," but I'm like, "Please, please, let me have my millennial music." It was supposed to be Creed and Three Doors Down and Chris Daughtry. You'll hate it. Like my mom is like the pinnacle of all boomers, right? It's like you would have hated it. Now Three Doors Down isn't going to be there because the lead singer has cancer. I'm so bummed, but I'm like, you would have had a miserable time. Like, please stop. You might be dating a man from Nigeria and think Leanna's a sexy girl from Eastern Europe. The funny thing, Mahendra, is I'm hearing more and more from people that like Tinder is the one that works, which is funny because it started off as like the hookup app, There's a couple of young adults in my kids group, but I can hear what they're saying and they do normal kid guilt stuff. Yeah, Burner. But again, I think, like I said, I understand the perspective that this kid Michael has about how Roblox, knowing that these rooms that are designed to attract a certain type of people exist, that they shouldn't exist, and that's an easy thing for them to fix. But like what you're talking about, I 100% endorse parents actually parenting, It's really not that hard. Your mom listens to 1950s music. I mean, I still like 80s music. I still like some from the 70s. But most of what I listen to now is like Swedish metal, and that's about it. She enjoyed Creed and Daughtry, not so much Three Doors Down. See, your mom at 72 was probably a lot more fun than my mom is at 67, 68 almost. Like, my mom is active. She would be the kind of person that could go to a concert like that and have a good time. She hates anything loud, anything with electric guitar and squealing and this and that. But she's always been that way. Ever since I was a kid, she couldn't stand anything rock related. So we're like night and day when it comes to music. Anyways, guys, I gotta hit the hay. Tomorrow's gonna be a hot day. I gotta get to work early. Try to get out early. Get the kids and the fam out of the house to go get some dinner somewhere air conditioned because it's gonna be like 90 degrees in my apartment. But I will try to cover this more in depth on a video tomorrow night. And I know Burner had messaged me asking about the move. Right now, as it stands, I still have to gather up, since I'm self-employed, more paperwork in terms of what they're going to need for like proof of income and shit for getting moved to a house. So we're probably still about a month or two from the actual moving into a new place. As long as I can get that shit figured out, I should have a better setup of some sort wherever we move. At least have a place that's air conditioned so you won't hear fans in the background, I mean, hey, I appreciate you guys hanging. I knew tonight was going to be rough. I knew tonight was going to be challenging me mentally and physically because of how unbelievably exhausted I am. But you know what? It's nice to have you guys come and hang for a bit. And everybody who came from the Moxie raid, and of course Moxie, thanks for the raid again. You guys are awesome. Hay's going to stick to you for really... you know what, DB? Come on, man. Back to the coffin. All right, man. Climb back in there. Hopefully it's air-conditioned. All right, Burner, Joe, Empress, Wild, Clinton Cage. Let's see who else we got. Mahendra. And, of course, we got Mari, Samurai Warrior, all you guys, Lugia, Anime Mania. Thank you all for hanging. You guys have been awesome. Of course, Hook, if I didn't mention you, or Tekla, you guys have been great. I'm going to try to get some sleep. Hopefully I can get a little bit of rest tonight and get back to things on a more regular schedule. You'll scream soon? Have fun. 89 degrees. Hopefully you have air conditioning. My biggest problem is the lack of air conditioning, man. That's been the biggest issue for me. All right, guys, I'm out. Have a good night. Oh yeah, guys, go check out Empress when she's live. Hey, Empress, link down below which channel you're going to be on. I redirect, except I don't know. Maybe just leave that in the chat before you leave.